Hello everyone, I am Dr. Vasundhara Saxena from Government Jubilee Inter College, Lucknow. I welcome you all to the Remedial teaching lesson for English. This lesson is for class 10th and today we are going to start day 8 of the module. So let's start. Which among the following is called or are called smart? The options are a pen drive, a computer, a phone or a watch. The answer is a phone and a watch are called smart. Both of these things are called smart. Today we are going to study a very interesting poem on smartphone entitled Smartphone and Dumb User. The title of the poem is Smartphone, Dumb User. It is composed by Rick W. Cotton. Now read the poem along with me. My new phone is smart. I guess that I am not. Amazing what all this here smartphone has got. TV and weather and internet too. There's just no limits to what it can do. Check my blood pressure and my temperature without even probing all my apertures. I now know the time in Paris and Greece. I can track the migration of thousands of geese. Or find Chinese food. It's here on this map. Oops, my fingers just slipped. Now, where was that at? A camera? A camera! Now I can take shots of everyone I know. Who'd rather I not? Push this here button and take me to a selfie. If it had a nose, would this thing take a smellfie? So this is the poem. I'm going to teach this poem stanza wise. Stanza number 1 in front of you. My new phone is smart. I guess that I'm not. Amazing what all this here smartphone has got. TV and weather and internet too. There's just no limits to what it can do. On the basis of this question, we will understand this stanza better. What is smart? The poet's new phone is smart. To whom does the word I refer? The word I refers to the poet who is a new user of a smartphone. So here in this stanza, we see that the poet has bought a new phone. And he is amazed, he is surprised by the features and function of his new smartphone. He says that his new phone can do many things. Like you can see TV programs on your smartphone. Your smartphone can tell you weather forecast. And apart from all these things, if your phone is well connected to a good internet, you can surf various websites too. So there is just no limits to what it can do. There are unlimited advantages of a smartphone. So this is your stanza number 1. Let's move on to stanza number 2. Check my blood pressure and my temperature without even probing all my apertures. I now know the time in Paris or Greece. I can track the migration of thousands of geese or find Chinese food. It's here on this map. Let's understand this stanza on the basis of these simple questions. What can the smartphone check in the human body? The smartphone can check the temperature without using a thermometer. It can check your temperature and your blood pressure. the smartphone can check the temperature and the blood pressure of the human body. How can the smartphone track the migration of thousands of geese? I have brought this picture of gaggle of geese. Geese is the plural word of the word goose. Goose is the singular verb. Geese is the plural form. And the collective noun of geese is called gaggle. Here I have brought the gaggle of geese for you. You can see it's a large bird and it is a migratory bird. It moves towards the breeding sites in the month of April, May or early June. So the phone can trace the migration of geese also. So in this stanza we see that the smartphone can check the blood pressure, smartphone can check the temperature of the human body. It can also tell you the time, or not only of your country, it can also tell you the time of Paris and Greece. And apart from these countries, many more other countries of the world, you can know the date and time through your smartphones. I can track the migration of thousands of geese. You can track, you can locate the migration of the migratory birds like geese. And if you are hungry, you want to eat something, you can find the nearby restaurant. If you are hungry and you want to eat the Chinese cuisine, you can search the restaurant in your phone. It will tell you the way to go there because the map facility is also on the smartphone. So this was the stanza number 2. Let's move on to stanza number 3. Oops, something wrong happened. Oops, my finger just slipped. Suddenly what happened? The finger of the poet slipped from one screen to another. Now where was that? At a camera. A camera. Now I can take shots of everyone I know. Would rather I not? Push this here button and take me as a selfie. Take me a selfie. If it had a nose, would this thing take a smellfie? Now let's understand this stanza. Why is the poet's finger slipped? The poet's finger is slipped because this smartphone is super fast and its screen is moving rapidly. You must have seen whenever you are working on your smartphones, sometimes the screen moves so fast. That is why the finger of the poet slipped on the screen. What is the difference between a selfie and a smellfie? I have brought this picture of two boys. The boy is taking his selfie with his brother. What is a selfie? Selfie is taking one's own picture using the mobile phone and sharing on the social media. Selfie is a photograph that has taken of oneself, whereas smellfie is a personal description of smell. And both are meant to be shared on social media. Now students, let's move on to the activity part of your module. The first activity is related to the comprehension of the poem. You will have to answer these questions on the basis of your understanding of the poem. Why is the poet so amazed? The poet is so amazed by the various features and functions of his new smartphone. Write any 4 rhyming words used in the poem. The rhyming words of the poem are not, got, to, do, temperature, apertures, grease, geese. What does the poet think about his mobile? The poet thinks that his phone is smarter than him because it has many wonderful features. So these are the answers of the questions asked in activity 1. Let's move on to activity 2. Activity 2 is very interesting, in which you will have to compare the mobile phone, the smartphone, and the user on the basis of your understanding of the poem. Smartphone versus user. The smartphone is smart because it can work like a computer and can be connected to various other devices. The user is baffled. The user is not that smart. He is baffled because he cannot make sense of all the features of his phone. Number 2, the smartphone has unlimited features and it is super fast. The user has his limits. As his finger slips, you have seen as his finger slipped on the mobile screen, he is slightly slow. In comparison to smartphone, the user is slightly slow. The phone is of no use without the user. We cannot use a smartphone without a user. A smartphone needs a user. And it is difficult to work properly without a smartphone nowadays. We cannot work properly in any sphere of life if we do not have a smartphone. So both are complementary to each other. This is activity 3. This is a fun activity of writing poetry. You have to complete a poem. Radha is a student. Radha is trying to compose a poem on her new tablet, but she is stuck at the second line. Please help her to compose first stanza of 4 lines. I'm crazy about my new tab. This line is given in your module. I have developed these 3 lines on the basis of these rhyming words of tab. You can see, I can tell you, I'm crazy about my new phone. Radha is writing first line. I can tell you, it is just a fab. It's with me all the time, even in lab. I never leave it until my mom makes a grab. So this was a funny poem I have tried, and you also write a funny poem. In the last slide, you will find my email ID. You can send it to me. Activity 4. Based on your reading of the poem, answer the following questions. The poet calls the phone smart, which means the phone is good to look at, the phone is technologically high-end, and the phone talks smartly. None of these. The correct answer of this question is the phone is technologically high-end. Question number B. There is just no limits to what it can do. The phone is described as a person, talented, robot, and devil. The correct answer is person. The phone is described as a person. This is the last activity of your module. Match the word given in column A with their meanings given in column B. In column A, we have words. In column B, we have the meanings. You will have to match them. I have already placed them in their right order. Aperture means small opening of something. Amazing means surprising. Geese, I have shown you the picture of geese. Duck-like large white bird. Selfie, a photograph that one has taken of oneself. Smellfy, a personal description of smell shared on social media. Personal description of smell means like sometimes you say the aroma of this dish is very nice, the flavor. These are the words which describe smellfy. And selfie and smellfy both are meant to be shared on social media. So this is your lesson. Here we end the lesson. Thank you. And you can note down my email ID if you want to share your poems with me. Thank you.